Alright guys, I went to my shop yesterday and well, there was nothing in my pull list. And the week before, there was nothing in my pull list. So of course I had to get some stuff off the shelf. When I go into the shop and there's nothing in my pull list, I always, at least the bare minimum, I'll pick up bags and boards or something, a box. Because I'm trying to replace my short boxes. Some of them are getting pretty rough around the edges there. So I figure at least if I can put a couple bucks down, it wasn't a wasted trip, and it helps the shop out, keep them open. But let's get to two from the tomb. So I'm doing some Detective Comics this week. I've been going through my Detective Comics. I think I mentioned that a couple weeks ago or something like that. But I'm trying to put that, get them all together. I got them stretched across like 30 boxes. Got some here, some here, some here, buried in the closet, real tomb. But these were, if I was digging, this would really be like 2 feet under. That's how far. I didn't get all the way 6 feet deep on these ones, but first up is Detective Comics. Let's pull back a little bit. Yeah, a little bit more. There we go. Detective Comics issue 471. It's the first modern appearance of Hugo Strange. Just love this. Love this era of Detective Comics. When I'm talking about going back and picking up some of my or organizing my Detective Comics, I basically want issue like 400, maybe I should say maybe 300 to issue 626. 626 is, or what? Yeah, it's either 626 or 627, whatever the Batman issue is, or the homage cover to Detective 27 is. I think it's 626. I can't remember, but I should have had this written down. But that's when I really stopped collecting Detective Comics. I got a bunch of issues after that, but they're just like randoms. But I'd like to have a nice solid run of like 300 all the way to that 626. Because 626 was the end of Brave Fogel's run. I think he left about like maybe 10 issues before that. I think he left at 616. But then they switched over to the Batman team, the main title. So that's when I really started collecting, having Batman on my pull list and stuff like that. Next up is Detective Comics issue 377. Riddler appearance, of course. This was one of those books I remember looking at, like different catalogs and stuff back in the day when I was, 12, 13, 14. And this is one of those books I thought, oh, I'll never own it because it's so old. Yeah, little did I know how, 30 years later I'd end up buying it, but but yeah, it's just always been one of those covers I always loved and enjoyed. It's got, let me see here. Let's open it up and take a look inside. I probably haven't opened this in a couple of years. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to Mylar or my Detective Comics. I think if I can just get them in decent bags, you can probably see on this one, the bag just, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Like buying these cheap bags or something like that. Like none of my stuff is it's all in air conditioning and everything. It's not like it's out in a tool shed or something like that. So I'm not sure what the hell's going on that makes them like maybe just age, because I probably bagged that like almost 8 years ago. So I guess that's another reason why to switch to Mylar, because I think with the polyethylene bags, you gotta replace them because they just start getting that foggy look to them and stuff like that. And I guess it's on its way to becoming maybe if I find I might just have to buy a pallet of Mylars. But that's two from the tomb. Yeah, so there'll be a Detective Comics video coming up after I get them all separated and organized. I'm gonna do the old where I just flip through it and show you what I got. This week, like I said, went to the shop and there was nothing there, or nothing in my pull list. There was something there, of course, because I bought it. But I was watching McKinley Richards' channel. I'll leave a link down below. Matter of fact, I'm going to start. I was just thinking about this actually a couple days ago. I might just introduce it now, then maybe. But I'm going to leave like a list down below of guys, girls you should be subscribing to. Decent comic book channels that are in for the hobby. Channels that I like watching, like McKinley Richard, Sequential Geek, Mr. Rigor Mortis, Mski361, Johnny DaCosta channel. I can't remember what he Clark Kent Jeans. That's what he is. Longshanks 78. Those channels. I'm gonna leave a link down for all those channels down below. And I'm gonna try to keep them on. Like cut, copy, and paste them on every video that I do from now on. Just make like a list of must-see channels or something like that. Like I said, I was watching McKinley's channel, and he was talking about this. Let's just show the book. This issue of Bunny Mask. There's a variant. It's pretty cool looking. I could have bought that one too. I just went with this cover, but it's like a mask you can cut off. Makes it look like the one she's wearing. You can just get a little string and put it around your head. But yeah, he was a little disturbed about the first part of this book, and I can understand why, because I was like, took me aback too. I was like, whoa. So, but a great horror story. If you get a chance, pick it up. We can take a look inside, of course. That's how we do it. So, with Aftershock Comics, I'm not sure how many people are familiar with those, but they've been around for a little bit now, and they seem to like go like 5 or 6 issues and they're out. You know what I mean? So it's not like you're gonna have to hold on for like 30 or 40 issues. At least I don't think. Watch this probably get like 50 issues. But I'm trying to show the first part. I'm going to show what the art looks like a little bit. And the art style reminded me a little bit of Jeff Lemire's art style, a little bit there, Got that same like style of drawing. Not saying anything. Yeah, I'm going to show those 2 pages because I want you to buy it. But you can see what the next issue looks like here. You got this cool part here too. And the next issue, where's it at? Oh, there it is. That looks pretty cool, man. But yeah, definitely worth a read. I enjoyed it. Next up was another suggestion from his channel. That's why I enjoy like watching channels stuff that I don't normally buy. You end up like finding stuff like, oh yeah, that's pretty cool. And McKinley was actually talking about this. I think he was talking about issue 3, but I ended up picking up all 3 of these. He highly recommended it. I'm not the biggest Turtle fan. I like them. I like the cartoon when I was younger. I like some of the comics. I'd like to get the original trade paperback of the like the first 20 issues or something like that. I think it's either the first 20 or first 15. So I'm on the lookout for that. But definitely, I really enjoyed this, so I ended up picking up. You get that in the screen here. Issues 1, 2, I'm at the overlap, I think, 3. Really good story. If you, it's set in the future, of course. Shows what happens to the turtles. I'm not going to go into any real detail on it, but you can tell like which character they talk about. uh, by the weapons. We'll take a little peek inside here, but you can see just the artwork, and it's just like really good too. So this is take a look at this one here. Yeah, you can see some of the that Kevin Eastman layouts there, the pencils. Yeah. But yeah, I really enjoyed this. It had sort of that like the Dark Knight Returns. Not that I'm comparing anything to that book or anything like that. So if you're buying it on that, don't buy it for. It just had the same vibe, the same sort of pacing with it. You get to learn. Yeah. Oh, a little spoiler: April O'Neil's still in it. But I'm interested to see what happens in the last couple issues. It's a 5-issue miniseries. Hey, if you don't want to shell out the see, clear. There you go. $9 for it. I'm sure the trade paper, or not the trade paper, but they'll probably come out with the hardcover first, then the trade paperback. So if you want to wait, it probably costs like $30 or something like that. It might be cheaper than buying because it's a 5-issue miniseries. But I imagine if it's, they might throw in another one. Some of these series do that. So, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a 6th issue. But highly recommended. It's a little bit bigger than an average comic. So, not sure if they make a bag and a board for that. So these are gonna go right on my shelf now. But yeah, let's see. They have a picture of the next issue. There you go. So that's coming up in August. But yeah. So thanks again, McKinley. I'm not sure how much of a huge collector of Mutant Ninja Turtles, but from what it sounded like we had a comment when I was commenting in his on his video about this issue right here. It sounded like he was like a fan of them, but it wasn't like a super collector or anything. Sort of like me, but he really praised that story, and just anytime anybody praises something like that, like praises that, it's it's a must get. So. Take a look at the back here real quick too. So, I believe these are like this is like a 3rd printing. That's a 2nd printing, and that's the 1st print. So, all right. And these next few books, they probably should have been on my pull list, but I just was buying them off the shelf. Next is another Aftershock title. It's Maniac of New York. I got issues 4 and 5. It's a slasher comic. This issue, it shows where this mask comes from and stuff like that. I'm not going to give it away, but take a look at the art inside. When I first started reading this, I really didn't care for the art, and it sort of grew on me. This is a 5-issue, so this is the last issue of this story arc, but of course when you go to the back, try not to give anything away here. So that's coming. Maniac of New York, the Bronx is burning. Again, it's good slasher book. And the writing, especially in the one issue, I mean, it's just like there's some tired lines that keep seeping in these books, and I'm not going to go into real detail. You make your own opinion, but it's just like they're making a lot of these characters really one-dimensional, and it's just like you just got to stop. I mean, that's what sort of ruins a lot of these stories for me. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say about that. But I did enjoy the series, so and I will be picking up the new the 2nd volume of it. But pretty brutal, but I think it could be a little bit more. Last issue I picked up is Spawn's Universe, issue 1. Went with the J. Scott Campbell Gunslinger cover. I thought it was pretty cool looking. This is something if you haven't been following like Spawn for like the last like 20 issues or so, like the build up to 300. Some of it might not make sense, some of the characters and all that, but it's something you just jump onto. So if there's a jumping on point, I would suggest it. The artwork and it's pretty cool. You got some She-Spawn, got Gunslinger, yeah. And I guess the next one that's coming out in August is King Spawn. But yeah, Todd McFarlane, man, he can pick some really cool artists and stuff like that. And there's a new villain in here and everything. So, like I said, I'm not going to give it too much of it away, but I suggest it. It's got a $6 price tag, which might be a turnoff for a lot of people. But it's a pretty thick book. I think you get your money's worth out of it. I'm not sure exactly how many pages are in here. I want to say maybe 60 something. 64. Whatever divided by 4. So yeah, I think it's a good jumping on point. I'm more curious to see what the Gunslinger Spawn. I'm more excited for that one. But I will probably pick up the first issue of every series and just keep the regular Spawn title. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Again, check out those channels down below. I'll leave a link down below. If anybody has any other suggestions for channels I should be watching, I got a few new, but I'll add on. I'll keep it like a list that's like, just keep adding on. But I gotta find a way to keep it on my computer or something like that so I can just CCP it, because can't I just copied off the other one just to keep adding to it. But I'll definitely be doing that. So definitely check out McKinley's channel. Great YouTuber. Does weekly hauls. He gets usually a nice stack of books. Then he always tells it or shows his favorite 3 covers, 3 stories. Gets mail calls too. He's completed his Machine Man run that he was putting together there. So anybody that collects runs, man, is alright in my book, you know. Because I'm the same way. I like to put together runs. Currently working on too many to go into. But I'm getting trying to think of something I'm completing. I'm close to completing. I'm close to completing Swamp Thing with the Bernie Wrightson. Trying to get issues 1 through 10. I'm missing issue 1. That's my next probably big thing I want to buy. But that issue 1's a pain in the ass to get. I've walked past that so many times. Like, it was like $20. Like, oh, I'll get it next time. $40. Next time I'll get it. Now it's like a $100 book, of course. But that's that's one of my big books that I want to get. Swamp Thing, #1 from the 1970s series. What else am I trying to put together that I always talk about? Yeah, I can't think of anything else I'm really putting together that I can't, I won't find in dollar bins and stuff like that. But I'm trying to think of anything else. Nothing really else besides my Batman and Superman and Green Lantern runs I'm putting together. I'm trying to put. Oh, the other one I'm trying to put together is the Amazing Spider-Man Todd McFarlane run. I'm probably about 4 issues away from that. Of course, I need the 3 big ones, and I think was it some random like 308 or something like that. But alright guys, again, check out those channels down below, and I'll talk to you next time.